I am convinced that if there were no Fox News, I might be 2 or 3 points higher in the polls. Barack Obama, in a New York Times Magazine interview that will be out this weekend. Reaction now from Karl Rove. Karl, what do you think?
Well, he went on to say that he'd been depicted on Fox as a latte-sipping liberal, arrogant, and I guess if the label sticks, you know, you got to wear it.
All right. What do you make of just singling Fox out? I mean, we take a great deal of care on this show. We've done this. I've done it with you. I've done it with John McCain to go over each candidate's positions. Now, some, you know, like that. Some don't like that. But I think it's fairly bipartisan.
Look, he's gotten so used to dealing with the mainstream media that are, you know, fawn all over him and don't ask tough questions, that when he gets in an environment where people are trying to be fair and balanced and, more importantly, get to the bottom of the real issues, he's uncomfortable. And it's an unseemly thing. This guy is ahead. The advantages are on his side. 20 and a half days until the election. And this is not the time to be taking pot shots at the media. This is the time to be upbeat and positive and ebullient and confident. It's not the time to be sensitive and thin-skinned and a little curlish and whining, which is exactly how he sounds.
I read into this he's almost being dismissive, though, that just his Fox isn't really the issue.
Well, I'm not certain of that. I think there was a little bit of the, when he said that it would cost him 2 or 3 points in the polls, that he'd be 2 or 3 points better off if it were not for Fox. It is a statement of how powerful he thinks Fox is and how upset he is with how it's affected his future.
Well, then, if that is the case, then take on the very nonsensical issues you say we're taking on. Explain your numbers. Explain how your tax cuts and various spending plans add up.
Look, it helped Hillary Clinton to come on to Fox this spring and to lay out her views and to talk with the Fox audience, which is a widely diverse and eclectic group of people who pay a lot of attention to public policy and pay a lot of attention to current events and like to think, talk, and absorb information. So she did herself some good by doing that. He might be as equally well served by not belittling Fox, but giving it the respect it deserves.
Karl, I remember when you were working with President Bush in 2000 and 2004, you made a point of putting him out anywhere and everywhere, even in very unfriendly environments and even under real pressure cooker situations. I guess the belief being better to go into the belly of the beast than get beastly results. What's the lesson?
Well, I think that's a big part of it. The other part of it is, look, the American people look at these kind of things. If you're afraid to go on Fox television, what does that say about you as a prospective leader of the free world? If you sit there and whine about how you'd be better off if Fox wasn't so mean to you, what does that say about you as a potential leader? I mean, people form judgments by your willingness to be comfortable around the press, to take all questions, to take all comments, to mix it up, to go places where you weren't expected to go. When I worked at the White House, one of the best times I ever had was going 2 hours mano a mano with the editorial board of the New York Times. Not because they were necessarily great fans of the president, but because I welcomed the opportunity to give them the facts, to give them the background, to give them the insight that they would otherwise not get in their insular world. And presidential candidates are better off if they take that kind of attitude towards the press.
But did you ever eat the food they left?
I did. I ate the meal. It was a very nice piece of salmon, as I recall.
All right. All right. Karl, always a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Neil.
Thanks for breaking. I just wanted to bounce this off you because it just struck me as odd. Okay, let's go to the big